Hey, what's going on to all of my Scorpios out there? So let's get into it. As I'm shuffling up the cards, I just want to say the book is out. The book that I promised that I said was going to be out, yeah, it's out. You know, some people, some of the people didn't want to put up the bread for it. Shout outs to all the people that did. Love and appreciate y'all. But for the ones who talked out of both sides of their neck, okay. Okay, so for you Scorpios, you have the Six of Swords, the Justice, the Strength, the Lovers, Page of Wands, Magician, the Eight of Cups, the Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Swords. Hold on a second. Let me get my chewing on. So what I'm seeing here for you Scorpios is I'm seeing this being a situation for you Scorpios where what you've got going on is you have people who are coming in, Six of Swords. You have people who are coming into you. And I don't mean like that. You know what I mean. They're coming in, trying to get to know you. You know what I mean. And the justice is it's up to you to judge. It's up to you to make a decision whether or not you're gonna have these people around or not. The strength card represents just be careful with how you judge them. Pay attention to the metric or how you judge these people, right? Because the lovers can represent, you may end up being a little bit blinded by physical traits, right? Regardless of whatever they are, looks, money, whatever. Now, I'm not saying that you Scorpios are shallow. Nope, I never said that. That's not what I said. What I'm saying is that we've all been there. I've been there. We've all been there. Someone is totally is dysfunctional and they've got their own thing going on. And even when they're supposedly trying to do right, get their life together to where they're in a better position, they're still distraught. It's still dysfunction. So you Scorpios need to be careful with that, because the strength is that you don't want to judge a person or some of the people that's coming in for you harshly, and then you out here, but you look at a particular person and you think, oh, that person is amazing. That person is wonderful. Yeah, I want to get to know this person or whatnot. And then this person turning out to be a complete and total dysfunctional case. You got to grow up for the both of you. You got to show this person how to pay a bill. You got to do this. You got to do that. Got to do all this other stuff because they're not really equipped at all to really deal with life, to be able to fend for themselves. Then the Page of Wands represents you'll soon afterwards, if you Scorpios pick wrong, you'll see what it is that I'm talking about, and you'll end up losing respect for them and leaving them too. Because Scorpio is a survivor. Scorpio is one of the zodiac signs that's a survivor. Y'all go through a lot of stuff. And I would know, having Pluto and Scorpio in my eighth house myself. I would know. So you Scorpios are survivors. And a lot of times when people mistreat you, leave you alone, when they think that you're in a down, when they think that you're in a bad position in life, they just leave you there. They don't care. It is what it is. They don't expect you Scorpios to come back. But now that you Scorpios are in a much better position, use this position wisely, right? The people whom you're getting to know, you should really treat them as a part of you. Because if you're going to be in a relationship with them, they do become a part of you. whether it is that you know it or not. The relationship becomes an ecosystem where you're an ecosystem within yourself, the other person's an ecosystem within themselves, and then the actual relationship where the two of you get together becomes an ecosystem on its own. So you want to make sure that that plant life and that animal life, right, is very well taken care of and looked after, and things are in its natural order, right? So the magician in the Eight of Cups now represents, well, the magician can represent Scorpio as well. It could represent the people that represent Mercury, meaning Virgo and Gemini. It could mean one of those three, right? As far as major arcana. And since I'm talking about you Scorpios, of course, it represents you, of course. And then you have the Eight of Cups. These two cards are about taking responsibility for your own potential dysfunctional decisions and deciding to move forward and be like, nah, I ain't even rocking with this. I'm done with this. It is what it is. Walking away from it. Because you see how, because you, that's my cat down there, because you see how dysfunctional it is. So you don't even want to deal with that. But at the same time, Scorpio, you have to take into consideration, you pick this person based upon their looks. So again, this is something that you need to watch out for. This is why you report here, is so that you can get a better understanding of some of the outcomes that you might get if by picking a particular thing, so that way you can start making the better outcomes that will land you in a better positions. That's why you report here to this YouTube channel and watch me, and you come through and you get readings and stuff like this from me, is to help you help yourself get to make the better decisions, the higher order decisions. And the Fool represents, yeah, you're gonna have to let these people go, you know. And what I mean by that is you're gonna have to not mess with them ever again. This is just because you wanting to mess with them more and more and more, their looks is gonna be more of a factor, you know. And what I mean when I say more of a factor is their looks is gonna be something where it's like, oh well, maybe if I just help this person, maybe if I just do it now, maybe, you know, if I just help this person even a little bit, their looks is going to become more of a factor where it's like, why are you helping these people? Why why are you so extra? Why are you helping these people to that degree? Then you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords represents this being a situation for you where be careful, obviously, not to make the same mistake. But this is also a situation where you can actually learn to grow past that, because Scorpio is actually one of those zodiac signs where they when they're young, they don't want to deal with a physically unattractive partner, right? They when they're in that type of mentality, they want to deal with somebody who is so attractive that other people dislike the Scorpio for the fact that they can find someone that attractive. So again, you Scorpios can kind of get caught up in that. And you Scorpios really want to pay attention to that type of dysfunction, because that can be used against you. I'm not even going to lie, right? Can be used against you in a court of law, right? Of course, not really. We're not really talking about law, but I mean, like, you did get the justice at the beginning of the reading. And what this represents, what I'm trying to say is that if you go around doing that enough, it won't go your way, as it didn't in this reading, unfortunately. And then the thing is that the Ace of Swords represent how a lot of you Scorpios too need to really put your mind back onto a correct path. You should, because the path that you're on is very much so um trying to date to get to know somebody. And that's good, but you may be dating people just a little bit too quickly. And you need to pay attention to whom you're dating and not how many people you're dating, right? I know that a lot of you Scorpios don't necessarily want to deal with somebody who you invest all this stuff into, and it ends up turning out to be a complete dud, right? It's like, oh, okay, this person, they can't really perform. They're not really top notch. They don't even have the ability to perform at the level that they can, and then they get better from here. But you Scorpios got to understand though that it's about the quality, it's not the quantity. I ended up meeting and talking to 1,000 plus different people, not because literally, not, you know what I'm saying, not because I've dated that many in the sense of all at once. I've I've gotten to know that many over the course of time, because I would be trying to get to know multiple people all at once in that regard, because none of them would really be stepping up. All of them would have this ideology that you need to come to me and I don't have to do anything, and I don't have to put in any kind of work. How unusual is that? You want to be in a relationship, but you don't have to do anything in it. Right. So why are you here if that's the case? But this is the mentality that they would have. So by the time I was done, I would probably be speaking to 4, 5 of them all at once. Not because I'm being a player or any of that type of stuff, but because I'm single, right? At the time, still single, still to this day, due to certain circumstances. But at the time I'm talking about specifically, I'm single. None of them are stepping up to say what's up, really putting, you know what I mean, really showing me any kind of effort. So what am I just being good talking to, or obedient talking to one person for? None of y'all are stepping up. So that means I'm still single. So that means that I can essentially go off, speak to other people, whatnot, and doesn't mean that I did anything with them. But it does mean that I did try to see what they got going on, and it would be a complete dud there too. So let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Wands, Page of Wands, the Strength card, and you already got the Strength for this reading. So the Ace of Cups represents how the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Wands represents you need to be more vigilant, or you need to pay attention more to the types of relationships that you getting yourselves into. Whatever type of relationship you want, monogamous, short term, whatever the relationship type is, you need to actually say what it is that you want. You need to be clear in what you want, right? And when it comes to the whole marriage thing, though, that whole marriage thing comes later, right? Like you don't necessarily want to essentially tell people on the first time that you hang out with them what it is that you want. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, oh, you know, uh, I want short-term relationship, right? No, excuse me. You can say that. You could say that. You could say things like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. You could say things like that. You could say, you're speaking to multiple people. You could say that. You could say, um, you're dating to get to know somebody, a little bit more seriously and date. Don't say things like you're dating to get married to somebody. Way too extreme. You know what I mean? Because now it's like, because what it sounds like is, you buying your wedding tuxedo or your wedding dress and stuff like this on the first or the second date. Because again, take into consideration, these people don't know you like that. So for you to immediately be like, yeah, I'm dating to marry or whatever, that's no different than when what you see on the TV with the individuals that scare people off in those sitcoms or in those movies, the ones that got the look in their eyes when they go, I'm dating to get married. And then, you know what I mean? And then you're looking at them like, oh, wow, This person is off the chain. Oh, I got to get away. So then the thing is that the Page of Wands and the Strength card represents, and if anybody, gives you a difficult time, or, you know, you don't know, you can just ask them, is that something that they want? A lot of the times people will tell you, you know what I mean? A lot of times people will tell you. You'd be surprised. If people don't tell you they're dating to be in a relationship, if people don't tell you they're dating to get to know somebody on a more serious note or a more serious perspective, then you know that you shouldn't really think too much of it too soon. So let's clarify the Fool. Let's clarify the Fool. Let's clarify the Fool. So to clarify the Fool, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Star, the Two of Pentacles, and last but not least, we have the Justice. So the Nine of Pentacles, the Star card, represents, you got to also, again, you have to take into consideration that you have, for you Scorpios that have things to bring to the table, that's what you have. And sometimes people may not have anything other than a fun time to bring to the table. That's their contribution, though. Their contribution is bringing short-term fun to the table. And you have to take that into consideration if that is something that you want. If that's not something that you want, then it means that you should leave that alone. The Two of Pentacles and the Justice, right, is about, because the two of Pentacles and the Justice is that you may be getting to know a lot of people, you know what I mean, that you're just coming and going, and that's cool if that's something that you want to do. But if you want to date monogamously, meaning one-on-one, long term, then you need to take into consideration that the decisions that a lot of you Scorpios are making are not necessarily conducive to that. Take your time with somebody. You can still talk to other people, but take your time even with them. Let everybody know what time you're on. Don't hold that away. Don't hide that. Don't keep that away from other people. Let people know, listen, I'm talking to other people. Don't talk to an absorbent amount of too many people. That's one of the mistakes that I made, talking to that many people, because truth be told, I wish I wouldn't have done it. I wish I would have spoken to, if I was talking to one person already, I wish I would have spoken to another person or two people, which is three. So total, right? Um, Kind of speed up the dating process. But again, those are for advanced people, though. You speed up the dating process, you speed up the elimination process by speaking to multiple people without really doing anything with them. And there's a way to do that. But that's pretty much it. That's what you Scorpios have. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Trying to get this YouTube channel to 3,500 subscribers by the end of January. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos. Peace. Appreciate you.